Talk Brunch.
Mick Wrestling and Rage here. We had a discussion about the possibility of this happening.
Yes, we did.
You know, we talked about this for a couple of weeks now, just the chance that this is a true opponent. And I really gotta say, I'm very shocked still. I'm very shocked. Not at the loss, because we knew that it was a possibility, but just at the gap of skill
fuck that.
level.
I didn't give this chick a chance. Fuck that.
Yeah, same here until, like I told you, the minute she walked into the ring, when Ronda got in, I think I put it on your Facebook. I was like, I'm feeling nervous. Like, something felt different to me. I couldn't pinpoint what it was.
Oh, I know what it was.
Yeah, as the match went on. Yeah, nah, she always does that. But as the match went on, and I saw her get blasted twice, I was like, this isn't going to end well.
Yeah, and you know, when she first came into the UFC, we spoke about, and she was one of the only other people that seemed promising at the time. And ironically, in one of our last second servers, we talked about as long as she comes out there less nervous and isn't doing all that kia shit, and she wasn't out there nervous and doing that. So she pretty much brought exactly what she needed to bring to the table, and she did very good at it. I mean, I'm not upset about it or anything. Of course, we're all big Ronda fans here and everything, but we did make peace with the possibility of this happening, just because Holly, we've known, first of all, 6 of her wins were by knockout, 3 of them weren't. So more often than not, she knocks people out with her kicks. And ironically, I was saying before that she knocks people out like Lyoto Machida with her feet.
Yeah, and they kept mentioning that during the fight too.
You know, so I always said, you know, this is one where Ronda's going to actually have to be careful, because this is a fighter that she's in there with. So we did know, we did sort of wrestle back and forth with the possibility of this being an upset. We said if there ever was going to be one, it would be here. But what really shocks me isn't the upset, it's just the scale of skilled level difference in the upset. Like, Holm was fast, really fast.
Yeah.
Like, she was very comfortable on her feet, great leg work from her. I've never seen anything like that before.
I think she knew that too going into the fight, that she knew Ronda wasn't going to try and go for the easy win. She was going to try to stand and fight with her. And in Ronda doing that, she was clearly outclassed. As much as she did put up a good fight, she honestly didn't stand a chance against Holly Holm, and it showed.
She's got some reach on her. She has some reach. She's got the height and, you know, her legs. Like, she used those legs to get some distance from Rousey, which I thought, you know, helped her out a lot.
To an extent. It was just weird how a lot of it was her takedown defense, which I guess if you're going to fight Ronda Rousey, that's something that you want to have, is good takedown defense. And Ronda was desperately trying to go for her default finisher.
Yeah, and it didn't work out at all.
Yeah, and I saw her, and then she did start getting frustrated, and she did start chasing Holly around the ring, and, you know, it was weird because, like I said, from the beginning, with the whole face shots that started connecting, she was getting some really hard shots in. She defended against the cross arm breaker a couple of times, I believe.
2 times, I believe, yeah.
And again, good footwork, great takedown defense. I don't know, I won't feel like I should say something about Ronda. She had a strong left.
No, I honestly, I felt like she didn't have a whole lot of offense.
She was getting tagged hard.
Yeah,
especially in that first round, she had next to no offense. Like, you could see she would you could see Holm was just getting shot after shot after shot, and Rousey was just chasing her throughout the whole first round.
Yeah, and Rogan even said it too. He says this is the first time in the history of her career that she's actually lost the first round of a fight.
Lost it badly. And at one point, it was going so fast that Holly lost her mouthpiece. You guys caught that?
I saw that. At first I was confused who dropped the mouthpiece until I saw when the ref picked it up and he gave it back to her. I thought Ronda got rocked and dropped. And
just like me. I had a feeling. I was going to ask you, did you think at that point that Holly rocked her so bad that she knocked her fucking mouthpiece out? Because that's what I thought. I sort of had a freak out moment when I saw, I was like, oh my God, this is not only going to end bad, but she fucking knocks her mouthpiece out. I'm glad at least that didn't happen, but it was almost as bad. Because Holly's the one that got the takedown in this fight.
Yeah, exactly.
Holly got the takedown, not Ronda, the judo person.
I don't want to slam Ronda at all. I really don't. I don't want to slam her.
I'm not slamming. I'm just saying she was chasing her around.
No, it's just like me. It's just like the main problem that I had with her is just that she got no offense in this fight.
None. And when
none.
a few times when she charged Holly completely dodged out of the way, and Ronda was left just staring at the wall.
She ducked and like did a side roll. It wasn't like a side roll. It was like a side step. It looked so weird. Like something
Did you see that?
Yeah. Like she was toying with her at that point.
She's getting psyched.
Yeah, she caused Ronda to drop to one knee and turn around confused. She looked completely disoriented.
I think that was at the point that I jumped on Facebook and I was like, I feel nervous about this fight.
Oh no, I felt nervous from the beginning. I never thought we would see something like that though, where it's kind of like, unfortunately, even if they gave her the rematch, which they will, if she takes it, she'd have to come back so different from even the best Ronda we've ever seen, because Holly is very fast and Holly is very strong and knows how to defend against the whole judo thing. So it would have to be a completely different Ronda.
I don't even know how she would go about that at this point, honestly.
No, because we didn't know that somebody at this level existed about an hour ago, so it's I don't know.
And honestly, maybe her training really wasn't as good as she thought she was, because when you really look at Ronda, she looked a whole lot thinner than I previously saw her. Like, Ronda would usually have, I'm not going to say not even a little bit of a gut, but she would have some sort of like bulk to her. She looked way too small.
Yeah.
She didn't have any size on her.
I mean, I didn't really notice a weight difference, so I'll have to go back and look. Just everything the way it turned out. The weigh-ins, you saw how the weigh-ins were. Ronda seemed a little bit more shooken up than usual.
You thought so?
I don't know. Yeah. I don't know why, though. I mean, forgetting about the fight, like, you think about the weigh-ins, it's like she has nothing really to be psyched out about. I mean, she's a fucking champ.
Well, to be a champ of the caliber of Ronda, you have to be able to gauge your opponent. Maybe there's a part of her that realized this was a serious fight. I believe I heard her at one point say in an interview that this was the first serious opponent that she was ever going to face, or something along those lines. I'm paraphrasing. So, I mean, it could have been all of that, the pressure of the fight, knowing how hard this was going to be. She never underestimated Holly.
I did.
I guess except at the end when she shot that promo.
I mean, we all joked and we said that Ronda was coming out. We knew how it was going to end. But again, it goes back to we originally knew that there was that possibility that this was the one that she wasn't going to walk away from as the winner. And that's how it pretty much played out tonight.
Yeah.
It sucks. I mean, Ronda loses and Mayweather doesn't in the same year. I'm sorry.
Seriously,
it's just not. It's not cool. It's just not.
Could you imagine now? I didn't even think about the Mayweather card in this, but imagine he turns around now and goes, "Oh yeah, now I know who Ronda Rousey is, the bitch that got knocked out in round 2 of her life."
Oh boy, you just gave him that ammo. Good job, man.
Of course he would do that.
He would.
Just Mayweather. So you gotta assume, I guess, Ronda's gonna take her rematch, but if she does lose this, then Ronda's gonna have to go to the back of the line. I don't see Ronda retiring now as like she thought she was. Like, no, she's here to stay. She's gonna be fighting some more.
You know what? I'm gonna go back to this for a minute here. I want to run this audio. I don't normally run audio on Second Serving. I just want to run the weigh-in audio of the Ronda promo.
Holly Holm, that was very intense. What exactly was all that about?
I don't know. I was just having a drink, you know.
This is a huge fight for you. One of the most important fights in the history of this division. So give us your thoughts on Ronda as a champion and what tomorrow night means to you.
Well, I'm here, and that's right. I am here to shock the world. But, you know, I know that I have my hands full with Ronda. I have all the respect for her in the world. She's done a hard job there. She's, you know, ran through everybody, but I'm a different fighter.
Good luck to you, ma'am. Can't wait to watch. Holly Holm, ladies and gentlemen. I'm here with the champion, Ronda Rousey. Ronda, that was particularly intense. There's a lot of animosity. What is that all about?
I just wanted to get her in her face and show her that I was there for a reason. She's the one that put the fist on my face. I didn't touch her. She's the one that touched me, and I told her that fake sweet act is, I see right through it. I really do. It was all fake. All until now. All that respect, all that everything, all you being sweet. I see right now that it's fake, and you're going to get it on Sunday. You're not the first person that thought that you had the perfect plan to beat me. It's not the first time your camp thought that they had the perfect plan to beat me. I'm going to show you on Sunday why I'm the champ.
Good luck to you, man. The champ, ladies and gentlemen, Ronda Rousey.
Very Misha Tate-ish.
Yes.
Exactly.
But they do call her the preacher's daughter. So did you expect any less? Honestly,
Ronda. Oh God. This is heartbreaking, man.
Even
this
one
really
of the people in the comments, this is a day ago, just so you can get an example. One of the people in the comments, Ashley Ann Kalada, she says, I have never seen Ronda in such a state of mind. She was aggressive from the start, her voice cracking, something like she was going to cry. She usually talks very straightforward and calm, but not here. She seems defeated already. I don't know, it's strange to me. I even went to go look at her previous weigh-ins, and she's either smiled on the scale, smiled after getting off the scale, and what have you, but this time something's off. It seems Holly really got into her head. I think Ronda thinks she actually has a chance of losing tomorrow. And that's the
even in one of the
I got.
promos that they played before the match, you hear her talking about like she's nervous. Of course she's nervous. She's not going to pretend that she's not.
Is this the beginning? Is this like the first chapter of a really epic story that we're about to engage upon? Or is this the end of a story? Is the better question here.
We got a trilogy going.
You say a trilogy? It's definitely not the end of the story. I see her getting her rematch. It's a matter of if she wins the rematch, does she then give her one more match and retire and then go and do her thing in the WWE? Or if she loses, does she pull a Brock Lesnar and go, this isn't for me anymore, I'm done with the UFC, and then still she ends up in the WWE?
Yeah, but I don't really think she's gonna retire though. I think this loss is gonna I think she's gonna stay in the UFC, honestly. I mean, the WWE is gonna be in her mind, I guarantee you. But I think this loss is gonna. I think Ronda realizes maybe that she's not as good as she thinks she is.
Yeah, but you know what? There were rumors before this loss that she was gonna disappear after this. I think she even said it in an interview.
She did even say it herself. Yes.
I don't know if the loss changes her plan, but she was planning on taking this W and then heading out.
Maybe she wasn't planning on taking the W. Maybe she too knew, like she honestly knew that there was a possibility that she'd be taking the L, and she was like, win or lose, she's gonna take a break.
I mean, to be the champ that she was, you'd have to have the state of mind that you're always gonna win, no matter what. So maybe it was a lingering doubt, but I really can't say. I did get the impression that I'm reading in these comments, I'm not the only one, that just looked at it and just felt like something was different here. Holly was different too, though, because Holly, Ronda's right about that. Holly's usually a very humble, respectful person, and when you look at that weigh-in, what the hell made her put her fist in Ronda's face like that? It was like putting your hand into a lion's cage.
Like I said, like even from seeing that and then like the little hype videos and then going into the match, something just felt very different. It felt very off. And like we saw what it was in the end. Like Ronda she was outclassed at the end of the day.
Yeah, and again, going back to those weigh-ins, when she got intense in Holly's face, Holly didn't even blink. She just didn't even blink. She was like a statue.
And a robot. You saw that walk.
But I mean, you've had other girls like that. Like what was her face? Bitch or bitch?
Oh, Betch. No, but Betch was like a cartoon character. Betch. She reminds me. If you guys ever played Mike Tyson's Punch Out, she reminds me of the opponents. You know the way like out comes Little Mac out of the bottom corner, but then out of the top corner comes this ridiculous character, and they do their little weird pose with a funny face, and then you fight them. That was Betch. She was really cartoony. This chick was like literally like stone cold, no pun intended.
That chick, the bitch she has nothing. She has nothing.
Yeah, I wouldn't worry about her. I mean, look at this. Look at the level.
She definitely did. I'm just saying, she just seemed like one of the ones that I remember where she stood there and she didn't like come off as scared. Like she actually thought she had a chance at winning this.
The Holly Holm that we saw months ago fighting, that was KOing people, by the way, is not the Holly Holm we're seeing now that has improved drastically. This is like, she's a definitive fighter now. So you know what you have to do? You have to look back now at all of the people that we've covered, Miesha Tate and Betch Carrera, and now gauge them versus this new champion that's really fast, has great takedown defense, great striking.
Does this mean we'll never get a Rousey and Cyborg?
This means that we might get Miesha Tate versus Holly Holm. Number one contender.
Yeah, because remember, Tate was supposed to be the next in line.
Yeah, Miesha Tate's the number one contender. This might be the shot that she needs, but I don't think Miesha Tate can beat Holly Holm.
I don't think so. I mean, I don't think so either.
Yeah.
Even if she got Rousey, she would not have, for a fourth fight, she would not have, no.
Yeah. And
as I said, like, kudos to her for getting Rousey to the second round in their last fight, but nah, I don't see her being able to pull off anything against Holmes.
And as far as the post-fight that they do, the little post-fight press conference, I'm reading right now on the screen. I have my TV on but muted. Ronda Rousey's being taken to the hospital for precautionary reasons, so she's probably not going to be on any post-fight. Like if anyone's thinking of going to check to see, probably not for a while. We're going to hear her feedback on it.
Oh, poor Supergirl.
Yeah, people are tweeting stuff like even Batman had his back broken by Bane and came back stronger than ever.
Wow. I mean, at least she still has her supporters out there, as much as I've seen people talking trash about her already.
Rage is heartbroken.
No, this is not supposed to happen.
I'm heartbroken too. I guess I deal with it different.
You know what it is? It's that we're already talking about the next chapter in the UFC, but the Ronda saga, even if she gets the title back, like that saga, that undefeated, invincible saga is over. That aspect of her career is over. But you know what? As wrestling fans, we should get used to it. I know there's no comparison here, but how many people have come in and been invincible for X amount of time, and then they humanize them a little bit more?
Yeah, Goldberg, Ryback, Undertaker. It happens.
Yeah, it happens. So it's kind of like, it sucks here because it was amazing, because it was real, you know, in the sense that it was a person who legit was this unstoppable monster. But we've been through it before where it's like we just sort of, you're still a Ronda Rousey fan. She's still awesome. She's incredible. She has a great legacy and an awesome career, and that's always going to go down. Tyson went down as one of the greatest of all time, and it's not like he left undefeated. It's just that another chapter of her life is going to be that she lost. You know, and she lost to a formidable opponent, though. This wasn't just some fluke.
Yeah, it's not like she stepped in, like she was a new face on the scene and just like popped in and just defeated her, and everybody was like, oh shit, who is this nobody that came in and beat her?
Not
Like,
at all. I remember the day that Holly Holm signed, and they showed the picture of her. You could go back and look of her doing like her fighting stance on a mountain. And I retweeted it, and we immediately started talking about Holly Holm and looking into her matches and everything. And it's just definitely, if someone was going to do it, you heard me say it before, if someone was going to do it, it may as well be Holly Holm. She's the only one that would have deserved it, and I guess I'm fine with it.
I'll give it to her though. I mean, she had a damn good game plan. I'll give her that.
Excellent game plan. She went in there with takedown defense, speed.
yeah, like when I saw Ronda fail at those takedown attempts, again, it was just like, oh shit, this is a whole different ball game. And that feeling that I had in the gut of my stomach, it's gonna come to fruition that she wasn't leaving this thing as the winner.
And she was striking really hard in the face. Like, she was striking really hard. Those aren't strikes that Ronda can afford to take. And she's taken strikes before, and that's a problem that Rondas have, I guess, that we never really looked at. But she'll take a lot of strikes to the face to get in on her opponent, and that's perfectly good if they're not hitting you hard. Those other opponents not being boxers, and this one being a professional boxer, is a big difference.
Yeah.
I'm going to take a couple of punches to the face to go in.
Because that was one of the things I was actually literally, like, I was watching that specifically in the fight to see if she could take the punches and how many of the punches she could actually take.
You take someone who's a professional boxer and then you give them takedown defense, and you have Holly Holm.
Yeah. Like, I figured
let's
her
not
game
forget,
plan was to take the punches and go for the takedown, but it was like, in taking the punches, would you be able to legit take it, or would you get rattled? And when you get rattled, what happens after that? And we got the end result of that tonight.
And Joe Rogan said it best. She hides her kick behind those punches. That's what really does it. She has good punches, but she hides that kick, that devastating kick, behind those devastating punches. It's scary. It's really frightening.
Yeah, Ronda can attest to that tonight.
Jesus.
I mean, like, I'm not being a dick about it. I'm
get what you're saying.
No,
You get Dick McWrestling on the next episode of Talk Brunch. This is like a round table right now.
No, but I know it's going to happen. I definitely know that's going to happen.
Damn, so that means Ronda has to trade in that shitty black champions kit for the even shittier black and white and blue mess. And this ain't cool, man. Oh, this sucks. I need a drink.
That's what happens when you go babyface. People forget something about Ronda Rousey. They forget that most of her career, she was disliked. That's why her song's the whole "I don't give a damn about my bad reputation," because she was disliked up until recently. She was getting booed.
That was during the bitch fight, right?
Yeah. That's what it took, a cartoon character to turn her face.
Frieza.
Oh my God.
It took Frieza.
She doesn't look like Frieza. She looks like fucking Magilla Gorilla.
No, you must have seen that meme where it's Ronda as Goku and bitch as Frieza, and she's screaming at her like, monkey!
Oh
I've
boy, that fits
seen
well.
Ronda's Goku. Like people will like edit Ronda's videos to make her look like Goku. I've never seen the Frieza shit. No.
Yeah, I gotta see if I could pull that up and post it on the page.
It's like her jaw, like her jawline is just too like razor sharp, and her nose is pointing like directly straight below her, and it's no.
And you know what? Listen, I know that UFC sponsors the whole Bud Light for whatever happens deal. But trust me when I say that really when it comes down to whatever happens and something like this happens, you're going to want some fucking Jack and Coke.
Nobody's drinking Bud Light. That shit tastes like...
Yeah, they were saying it was like Bud Light is the drink to blah, blah, blah. And I was just sitting here like, really?
No, it's not. No, it's not.
All right, guys. Any last thoughts on this Ronda Rousey versus Holly Holm upset?
Yeah, this fucking sucks. It sucks.
I mean, you know what? We saw Undertaker lose his streak after all these years. And yeah, wrestling scripted and everything. We know that. But on top of that, like, you can't win them all, you know?
Oh, but fucking Mayweather can, huh?
I knew you were going to make a Mayweather comment.
Mayweather can, huh? All he does is dance in the fucking ring. It's bullshit.
Yeah, this is why nobody watches boxing anymore. They're like, boxing's not even a sport anymore. They don't care. But I mean, like, honestly, you can't go in and win them all. At some point, you're going to have to take your loss and, I guess, like, pack up and fight into the dusty trail, or go back and train and come back stronger than before. Like, nobody's perfect.
Yeah, and for me, it's bittersweet because these are two girls that I was a fan of both of them. It was like the odds, and I guess I didn't see it coming, but the odds of these two having this fight to me were a lot lower at one point when I was following both of them. There was a point where you and I talked about both of their matches because they were on the same card but on different fights. You know, and it's just funny when these kind of things happen, and it's like, wow, two people who I'm rooting for both of them. And, it's bittersweet, but she deserved it. She earned it. And
yeah, and I think, like, that's what helps me to accept it too. It's like, again, we joked and we were like, oh, Ronda's gonna win it. We're gonna come in, like, the whole preparation for coming and sitting down here and doing this is gonna be longer than the match. But she surprised everybody, and it's not like I was 100% backing her. I wasn't against her either. I just came to sit down and enjoy a fight. It wasn't the ending I was expecting, but at the end of the day, it's just like, kudos and congrats go out to her.
Well, that is why I love this sport. Because much like a lot of things that we talk about and discuss, Game of Thrones, Walking Dead, and many other things, part of what keeps us interested is the fact that there are these moments that upset us and these moments that shock us, that we don't necessarily agree with the outcome, but we have to deal with it and see what happens next. And this is actually happening. This was two women's actual careers on the line here with two legacies, and I think it's fantastic. And it just adds another interesting chapter to the UFC.
I guess you guys aren't watching Cotto and Canelo next Saturday.
Who?
Cotto and... No,
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding, man.
I was going to say the Who, but I was like, let me leave it to him this time. I'm being nice tonight.
Never mind.
Oh, man. All right. Well, I'm Rick Dara, here with McWrestling, also joined by Rage from Freaks and Effin' Geeks. You can find our shows, plus an assortment of other awesome shows at rantemradio.com. You already know how to follow us if you've gotten here, so now come meet the rest of the crew. On that note, we're out of here.
See ya.
Alright guys, you've just listened to the Talk Brunch Second Serving. For more content, including full episodes, subscribe to us on YouTube, follow us on Twitter, and show us some love on Facebook. Talk Brunch, now served on iTunes, Stitcher Radio, TuneIn Radio, and SoundCloud. TalkBrunch.com, served hot.